I'm at 1113 Woodside Boulevard doing a sanitary lateral inspection. This is in Middletown, Ohio. We're doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We're looking for any structural issues, root intrusion, broken pipe, stuff like that. We're going in through at least this part, the clean out is overhead. It's a hanging sewer at this point. This is a inch and a half. I'm hoping that I can go through this and get all the way out. If not, we'll have to check further in the crawl space to see if there's some other access or possibly the roof. So, but I can show you from the basement. Basement where we are here, and have to remove a piece off the camera there to go through the smaller diameter pipe. Okay, so there is the basement right here. Above the edge of the HVAC, close to the plenum. This is what you can see up here. This is the sink line, or I believe this is the laundry room. The back half of the house is where this originates. What looks like we're dropping into a hub that goes into breakout for this is cast iron. Cast iron always looks ugly like this. What we may do on the way back is try to run some water just to witness how it flows through here, but cast iron rusts on both sides, so sometimes you have a little bit of an issue. It never looks wonderful, but we're looking for functionality at this point. So looks like there's a chunk there. Hopefully we can run some water and see if we can get that out of there also. Now we're going back into PVC. We may need to run some water to get through, to be able to see. Hopefully we'll be able to get out far enough to where we can get some water on the front of the camera and rinse this off. There we go. Bit of an offset where the PVC is meeting old clay. Doesn't really look like much of an offset, but for some reason the camera doesn't want to jump it. There we go. So now we are in clay, which means we are outside of the house compared to the other materials we've seen. Diving. Got a little bit of roots here. All dried out. But looks like some more roots. So yeah, we'll definitely run some water through this. And as we pull back, hopefully we can see better. This line looks really dry. Probably doesn't seem a whole lot of flow in a while. But we have made it all the way to the main. So So that is good news. I'm going to run some water in the front bathroom. We've gone way past that point, and we started, originated further back, in the basement. So I'm going to run some water in the tub, maybe flush the toilet or something. I'm going to pause the video for now, and then run a little bit of water. We'll come back and we'll start back up, and we'll be able to see clearer on the way back and see with some of that stuff if it's loose, dead roots. If it is, we'll mark those spots also, just to kind of let the homeowner know that they may have to perform some maintenance on the line in the future. It's normal on a line this age that you would have to perform some sort of maintenance every few years. So again, we're going to pause the video, go run some water, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we've been running some water for a while. It's just in the sink in the bathroom. Everything seems to be moving pretty well. You can see it coming out right there. So we are in the main. Just trying to rinse the camera head off a little bit. Come back up through there. See all of it coming out, flowing pretty well. Just hoping to see some stuff come out around it. See a little bit of debris there. Trying to push down through there. That should when it builds up, but when you use more water, this is just the bathroom sink, so get some more water running. It should take some more of these chunks out. You can see the stuff kind of going by. The majority of this is just because it's been sitting dry for a long time, so all that stuff dried out. We have some roots here, obviously. So what I'll do here is, roots are not a uncommon thing to see. You just trying to see the top. Sometimes it blocks your view to make sure that there's no major damage on the pipe at this point. So you probably should, clean these out. And you can see kind of as the pipe is dropping and then it's turning and going forward. You can see I just went through there. So what I'm going to do right here is, just so we know exactly where this spot is, it's 77 feet on the screen, but I'm going to pause the video, go out and get an actual locate of exactly where these roots are getting in, so the next person can tell how far they need to go. Okay, so I marked this spot. About 7 foot deep, 6.5 feet deep, and you can see all the roots getting in, but the problem here is we can't tell exactly what kind of shape the pipe is in around it. And so I would recommend a cleaning here and then a re-inspection for the top of that pipe, just to be sure that those roots are getting in at a seam and not at a hole in the pipe. It's right about the sidewalk. You can see those at the same point. They look like they're coming in at a seam, at a joint. Clay has joints about every 3 feet. And so chances are those are just coming in at a joint, and there's a tree maybe 7 or 8 feet off of that spot that we stopped and located. And it was right at the sidewalk. And so I don't know how this works as far as Middletown is concerned. In Cincinnati, that would be the sewer department would be responsible for that spot in the pipe, but I don't know how Middletown deals with that since they have their own sewer department, or if the county deals with it. But the rest of this stuff looks pretty good. So about 77 feet, there's roots, maybe back to about 70 feet, a couple, maybe 2 sections of pipe, and then you have PVC, and we also have some sections of cast iron here. The cast iron looks pretty good too. I mean, it looks rough just because it's old, but it's pretty common for it to look nasty. I think hopefully they can get out to that point to clean the roots and get a better look at it, but I'm not sure of how good of an access point they have. Right now the access is a very small, inch and a half clean out, and to really get that clean they would need a 4-inch, 3.5 to 4-inch to really get a good sized knife in there. Connection from this kitchen. Okay, so now we are out of the pipe. Basement again. So the only real issue I saw was some roots at 77 feet, and that's 77 feet from exiting the drum. As you can tell, we're at 0 and it's inside the drum. So, but it is marked on the sidewalk, and I recommend that be cleaned out and probably re-inspected. A lot of plumbers that do cleaning would be able to inspect that afterwards, while they were cleaning it, just to be sure of that spot and get a picture to make sure that that those roots are coming in through a seam. If they are, they can be monitored and maintenanced, and or you could also call Middletown. I do believe that they cover it to the sidewalk, but I'm not 100% on that. I've only had to deal with their sewer department a couple different times, so but I would think it would be worth a try just to give them a call, and if there is any damage to that pipe, that they may be responsible for replacing it underneath that sidewalk. So, but yeah, that was at 77 feet. The rest of the pipe looked good for its age and material. Didn't find anything really concerning. The cast iron obviously is old, and you can't really judge any kind of time frame on those. Could last for another 50, could last for another 10, who knows. But it looked normal for its age. So, but that would be it. So that'll end the inspection for 1113 Woodside Boulevard in Middletown, Ohio.